used to hang out in San Jose. And then I used to bring my cars up here. I don't know if they still do it, but Story and King used to be like the best. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I've been cruising all over the United States. Story and King at one time had the best cruising in the United States. Honest to God, man. Cruise all the time.
What kind of cars do you have?
I've got a 1956 Chevy Bel Air chop top and windows that thick and bounces, and I got a 65 Buick Riviera, and I got a 1936 Dodge touring sedan. And it's funny, I love that because it's cherried out, and no matter what hotel downtown I pull in, the Mexicans, hey, move that Lamborghini out there, put that right there. Guy in the Lamborghini gets his feelings hurt.
So obviously you've had quite the journey, you know, and you're open about it. You talk about your journey and how you ended up now becoming this movie icon. What was the moment in your life when you realized that your life had completely changed?
You know what? It was funny. When the first movie I was ever in was a movie called Runaway Train, and actually I went down to help an addict that was having trouble, and I thought he worked nights. I walked on. It was the movie set of a movie called Runaway Train, and I was standing there, and this guy said, "Hey, you want to be in this movie?" And I said, "What do I got to do?" And he said, "Do you want to be an extra?" I said, "Extra what?" And he says, "Can you act like a convict?" I thought like this was your life or something. You know? It was funny because Soledad, Quentin, Folsom, Chino, you know, I made a tour and touring state prisons, and I said, "I'll give it a shot." And he told me, "Okay, take off your shirt." He gave me a blue shirt. I took off my shirt. I had a big tattoo on my chest, and the tattoo, it's not one that says "I love America" or "my mom." This tattoo, looking at it, oh, he was in prison. It's just a prison tattoo. So he just kind of said, I remember he goes like this. I'm trying to figure out what gang sign is that? Squares. And then he says, "Leave your shirt off." So I was still without my shirt. And I'm thinking, what do these guys want me to do? And then this other guy comes up and says, "You're Danny Trejo." And I said, "Yeah." He says, "I saw you win the lightweight and the welterweight title up in San Quentin." I said, "Yeah, you're Eddie Bunker." This guy was actually a writer, and he had wrote some books. And I knew him because my uncle and I, in 1962, bought a robbery from him. And that's what he used to do. He used to plan robberies in Selma to guys that needed to do robberies. It was a business. And we talked to him, and I talked to him, he says, "Danny, are you still boxing?" And I says, "Come on, man, I'm 40 years old." He says, he saw me win the lightweight and the world tour title up at Quentin, and he says, "We need somebody to train one of the actors how to box." And I said, "What's it pay?" Because they're giving me $50 for acting like a convict. We both laughed because we've been doing that for free forever. $50. So he says, I want you to fight somebody in this movie. And I said, "What's it pay?" And he said, $320 a day. And how bad you want this guy beat up? You know, I immediately thought it was a hit. I said, "How bad you want this guy beat up?" He says, No, you guys gotta be real careful. This actor's real high strung. He might sock you. I says, "For $320, give him a stick. Are you crazy? I've been beat up for free." And I started training an actor named Eric Roberts how to box for a movie called Runaway Train. and the director liked me because the way I looked and the tattoos and stuff. And then he said, I remember because I only was supposed to be there 3 days for this, to be a convict, and the director said, you'll be here 3 weeks, because he saw that Eric liked to train, and I would say, Eric, let's do this scene, and then we'll train. So he would do the scene and train. Because actors don't have to do a scene. You think it's a tough job being a star. It's not. It's like the movie stars, they can go, I don't feel like working right now, and go to their trailer. Oh, shit. But Eric seemed to like, I'd say, Eric, right afterwards, we'll train. And he, okay, all right, so we go do this and we train. And the director, after about 3 days, he came up to me and said, it was a Russian, a guy named Andrei Kojalowski. And it was his first American movie. And he didn't know how to handle American movie stars, you know, because they suck. And he says, you be in movie. You fight Eric in movie. And you be my friend. Okay, well, if you've been in prison, you be my friend. Red flag. Hold on, buddy. Let's get that. I'm not showering with you, none of that. You gotta set people straight. And then he kissed my face. Like he kisses me on both cheeks and walking away. I'm there dumbfounded. I told Eddie, I'm gonna trade the kid for the 320. But if I'm kissing that old man, I want more money. No, he's European. So if I would have known what that old man did for me by getting me that SAG card, I'd have come over and washed his back. Let me rub that for you, man. I've been SAG ever since. And it's funny, it's like, you know, people in the movie business, it's not, you know, what you know, but it's how you act. It's, you know, if you want to be like the star comedian, they don't want you. If you want to be the guy that knows everything, they don't want you. If you want to be the guy that follows instructions, they'll call you back. You know, I swear to God. And I've seen guys ruin their careers by saying, the director will say something and, oh, do you mean left side of camera, or do you want, shut up, just do it. You know what I mean? And it seems like I just kept going from movie to movie to movie to movie. You know, I haven't stopped since 1965. In fact, everybody can say, Danny, when are you going to take the vacation? I'll never forget that. I said, what are you talking about? I'm in Hawaii right now. Doing a movie. And it, Nick Nolte, me and Nick Nolte were doing a movie with, what's his name, the comedian? Adam Sandler. The Ridiculous Six. And we were sitting in a tent, air conditioned because it's hot in the desert, and we're sitting there, and some kid walks in, man, when are you old guys gonna retire? And Nick looks at him and says, from what? We're playing Cowboys. I go, I'm 81, I'm gonna be 82 then. I don't see me retiring.
And
I can play an old gangster.
but not only are you busy with the acting, you're an entrepreneur as well. I mean,
Yeah.
Trejo's Tacos, of course.
We're killing it. We got 5 in LA, and now we opened up 1 in London, and we're opening up another one in London. And we're killing it in London. London has shitty food. I'm sorry. So you ask for a hamburger, medium, and you get a hockey puck. All right? And so they're killing it over there, man. So I really love going there and checking it out.
And also Trejo's music as well. Your music as well, right?
Yeah,
Trejo's music?
Trejo's music. We have a show on the 30th of August in LA at the, I forget. Sorry. But, and it's funny, everything good that has happened to me has happened as a direct result of helping someone else. I got into the restaurant business by helping a director who needed a name to get his money. And so, well, Danny told, because my agent made me do it. Get a good agent, all right? Gloria and the host, I'm telling you, I didn't want to do this movie because I was waiting for, the money. And low budget movies, you get a sandwich, and so okay, we did it. We did a movie called Badass. Yeah, I know. It turned into a trilogy. I made 4 times the money I was going to make on that other one. But the first day, I always take something to eat, just in case I don't like what they're cooking. I'll just bring my own salad or whatever. And you have to eat good food when you're 70, 75. And so he asked me, Danny, you always bring your own food. Why? Hey, 2 months starts, 2 months, I gotta eat good. And so we did Badass on the Bayou, money, and then he brought me a business plan, and he says, here. And I looked at it, there was no killing in the first page, so I gave it to my agent. She kind of said, it's a no-brainer. They're not asking, because usually when somebody's got a deal for me, it's only going to cost me $100,000 up front, or $50,000 right now and $100,000 later. And so this had nothing. They want to use my picture and promote me. I was like, hell, let's do it. We got 5 restaurants right now in LA. We opened up one in London. We're opening up another one in London, and Dubai. What's a Dubai? Some people from Dubai said, would you like to? I don't know, let me find out where you're at.
You're international, I love it. So if it's okay with you, we're gonna take some questions from our friends in the audience. So let's see what we got. Hi, what's your name?
Hi there, just making sure this thing was on.
You got it.
Yeah, so my name's Rowan. I first watched Spy Kids when I was younger, so that was how I got introduced to you. And then I have also seen From Dusk Till Dawn, which is another one of your good ones with vampires in it. So, yeah.
That's From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah. You know what? Spy Kids actually made me a household name all over the world.
Really?
Robert Rodriguez did that. I was in Cape Town, South Africa, and I was sitting on the bus waiting to get off because the set was right there. And all of a sudden, there's like 500 children running up in this bus. And I'm asking the driver, what's going on? You. They all had Spy Kids. Okay, well. So it was like, so it's just all over the world. It's like, and it's funny because there's still kids 5 and 6 years old that are watching Spy Kids, so, because Robert made it kind of there's no 65 boards, or, he made it all, so it's a beautiful movie, man.
Yeah.
It's great for kids.
What's your question?
So I haven't seen a lot of new movies with you lately, but I saw you in Hell's Kitchen recently, season 21, episode 10. So I was kind of wondering, I've been wondering this for a little while, if Gordon Ramsay were to pick up his phone and call you, would you come back as a guest judge again or something?
Do you want to work with Gordon Ramsay again?
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, he's a brilliant chef, and I love Hell's Kitchen. It's my mother and I. We like watching it a lot. And the second I saw you, and I was like, hey, that's Danny Trejo. So, because I love my favorite part of that is where you're hiding under the table, and then Gordon Ramsay lifts the thing, and then your head is right there, and then everybody gets surprised. So, yeah, that was definitely the funniest moment ever in a Hell's Kitchen episode. So, yeah, if Gordon Ramsay gets you to do that again, that would be funny too. So, but
thank you for your question. Hey.
Hi, I've been a huge fan since Spy Kids, and it's an honor meeting you. I was wondering, what what's the difference in preparation between like something for Spy Kids rather than like something like Big City Greens, where you're like voice acting for Vasquez?
The difference between doing like Spy Kids and voice acting.
Well, I love Spy Kids. The kids were beautiful, except for they charged everybody $1 for saying a cuss word. Pickle jar, right? By the end of the day, the thing was full. Some of the teachers would just put a 20 in there. Don't bug me. They were beautiful. Spy Kids was just such a family movie. And Robert, he's so family orientated. I mean, we'd be on the movie set, maybe 14 kids, and they know how to, action. They all be quiet, and so it was like I love doing Spike. I think that's one of the best trilogy of movies I've loved. I really love.
And what's your preparation when you're doing like a voice role, like just in animation?
Well, you know what? It's funny, but it's my voice, and it's like when I try to, I'll make this guy an English. No, would you please make him Latino like Danny Trejo? So they hire you for your voice, So if you change it, it's okay. I'll be that guy.
Right, gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Great.
Good to see you again. My question for you is, you have a very inspiring life outside of acting. What film would you say best portrays you in your personal life as an actor?
I don't know. We like work in our neighborhood. We work with Health Right 360, which is a lot of guys getting out of the penitentiary that don't have a chance, and we just give them a chance. Get them a job and do whatever we can, and most of them, we're back about 1,000 because first of all. I don't know, me and Mario Castillo, it's like, you got to have somebody you'd like to hang out with, especially when you get out of the pen. They're so suspicious of everybody anyway. And, you're not like happy-go-lucky. You're just kind of, every store you walk in, you automatically just start planning a robbery. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's easy. So you've got to have like some mentors that show you there's another way, And they ask me, how did you get everything you got? I said, man, by just staying clean and staying sober. 9 times out of 10, you look at the president, you look at the penitentiaries, they're full of addicts, they're full of alcoholics, they're full of people on the spectrum of autism, and people don't realize that. It's like the penitentiary, it's not a place for geniuses. It's like people with something mental, whether it's, I don't know, bipolar or whatever, I don't know. But I know that for me, they said that I was, I don't know, I just couldn't sit still. I couldn't behave.
ADD.
ADD, yeah, that's what my daughter said. Dad, you got ADD, you've had it. And it's funny because when I went to junior high school, they created a class for me. And it was me, and I could just draw, I could do whatever I want. The teacher was there if you wanted to do work. But then by the end of the week, they had about 5 kids in there. Then by the end of the month, there was about 27 of us. And now that I work with people that have autism, it's like everybody in that room was on the spectrum somewhere. But teachers don't know how to handle somebody that's smarter than them. And I know kids, 12 years old, 13 years old, that Jack and Jill went up the hill is boring. So.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I didn't mean to ramble.
That's what we're here for, Danny. Okay?
Hey, how you doing? First and foremost, you, sir, are a legend, not just in film, but just in general. I say it to say this too. In 1995, you made my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies of all time, Desperado. And it was that movie that terrified me. I was like, this man is fucking crazy. Yeah, it was terrifying. I was 13, so, impressionable. But over time, came to know you an amazing person. So with that being said, what is a misconception that people had of you as you came up?
Well, at first it wasn't a misconception. I wasn't a nice guy. You don't go to prison for being everybody's buddy. And everybody in my neighborhood hated me because none of them had lost, stole everything there was. And when I came out and I had kind of like turned my life over to the care of something higher and better than me, it just seemed like my life turned, and I found out that one of the ways to success is helping other people. And that's all we do. I mean, that's all day long. It's like we're just, when we had the pandemic, we were going around knocking on doors, you need anything from the store and stuff, and just trying to help your surroundings be better. You got a choice. I can make my neighborhood worse, or I can make it better. And none of my neighbors believed I could make it better. I started taking out the old people. God, I hate saying old people. All the elderly, their trash cans out. Because in the 60s, they didn't have like the rolling kind of trash can. You had a big tub and you kicked everything out. And I used to take it out. I remember I pulled this one lady's trash can out when I was walking up to her. Look at Rob out there. Shut up. Trash cans out. And I started doing that. That was just all I knew how to do. I used to say, how do you be a nice guy? When you're Trejo, give me your money or I'll blow your head off. So, but it's like, God help me turn things around.
Thank you.
Hey, Danny. Big fan for a long time. One of my favorite movies that you were into was Blood and Blood Out. Definitely. Predators, Machete, all those. And like you said, knowing that you came up as a fighter, you trained as a fighter. Do you believe that your mentality in training and stuff like that helped you in acting at all?
Well, you know what? Any kind of training helps you in acting. And my first job, I was boxing with Eric Roberts. So I was showing him how to box. But you got to be able to take instructions because you can throw a perfect jab, bang, 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 but it won't show up on camera. And so I'm throwing these perfect jabs. The stunt coordinator comes up and says, Danny, you know what, you got a beautiful jab, but it won't show up on camera. On camera, you have to come around so they can see it, And that's what I started doing. And he seen that I follow instructions. Right after we finished Runaway Train, he asked me if I want to do this other movie. And I says, as a stuntman? No, as an actor, but I'll hire you as a stuntman. Cool. So, because I don't do stunts, I don't. Oh, I'm not Tom Cruise. He's young and healthy. I tell the director, I won't jump off a curb. They got that guy right there, put a mustache on him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hey Danny, I'm a huge fan. Name's Robert. I grew up with your movies in the 90s. Besides Spy Kids, you also were in Con Air and Anaconda. I think most of you remember Anaconda. So I want to know, what was your funny memory of Anaconda and also Con Air?
My best memory of Anaconda was Jennifer Lopez. So I didn't mean to come out like that. But that girl, how do you say, like balls for a woman? I couldn't believe it. there's anacondas in that. We're in the Amazon, and she had to get in the water and do this little scene in the water. And that's what I remember. Oh, you got bigger balls than I got. I'm getting that water. They got fish that eat you here, And so I got a lot of respect. And as an actor, you do that stuff. You don't even think about it. And then afterwards, I'll tell you, they got snakes. And there's a picture of me holding one snake, and John Boyd and someone else, and we're like holding the snake. And one of our snakes, the ones we had, got loose. And everybody was panicked, right? And the kids, they were like, oh, don't worry, there's all over. They went and got another one, no such thing as a tame snake, And that was an amazing movie. And I was supposed to, I had a job. I was supposed to be the captain of the boat. All right. And so when I found out I got buffed, I thought, how to be buff? Pretty, just like, dang, couldn't stay on the mirror. That's how fine I was. And it was like, when I showed up, the director looked at me and said, oh, and I, what are you talking about? He says, Danny, you're too big for this part. I got a contract, homie. You know what I mean? And he says, oh, no, we know what it's saying. I was supposed to stay there like 3 weeks, and the scene I had was, the scene they gave me was only a week. And when I climb up the thing and say the Our Father in Portuguese, thank you. And they said, no, we got this other, pay you that three weeks. Hell yeah. So I did this in a week. I did this, climb up the stair and scream. And that was an amazing movie. The whole thing was amazing. And Jennifer, wow. Her and Selma, I swear to God, I was probably with the two most beautiful women in the world. Selma and Jennifer, God, what a pair.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I hope Danny Trejo's Tacos comes to NorCal,
God bless you. Hey, everybody call up Trejo's Tacos and say, we want one up here. Call Robert Rodriguez and tell him we want Machete kills in space.
Hey.
Hola, Danny. Just like the gentleman said earlier, Desperado is also one of my favorite movies ever, and I thought you were a badass. But I want to talk about another movie I love, and that is Bubble Boy. So, do you have any fun stories from shooting that movie, and what was your reaction when you saw the bubble suit?
You know what? Let me tell you something. I gave Jake Gyllenhaal his start. Okay. God, he was a cute kid, and that was so much fun. That movie was just a blast. Las Vegas, going down Las Vegas, the big bubble on the back of my motorcycle, and everybody's like, splash! And that movie was just fun, and I love doing movies like that, and somebody steals your girl, it's okay if you kill it,
Like you said in the movie, right? Don't live with regret.
What's that? Don't live with regret. Oh, yeah. Don't live with regret. Oh, I remember that. That was a great movie.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. Nice to meet you, Danny. I'm a big fan of your tacos and Breaking Bad as well. And I was just wondering if you could share a favorite memory or a funny memory while on the set in Breaking Bad.
Well, Breaking Bad, it's like I was signing autographs in London for Breaking Bad, right? I was signing autographs. And this guy comes up and say, hey, will you sign our tortoise? We'll give you $500. Hey, I'll sign your mom. What do you want? And I thought it was a turtle. They brought in one of those Galapagos. Like 3 guys carrying this turtle, and I signed it Hola DEA, you know, and I couldn't believe it. And I was like, yeah, this guy he runs like a zoo or some kind of stuff, and it's a beautiful turtle, you know. Didn't mind me writing on him.
Who else can say that they signed a turtle? That's crazy.
Or whose head was on a turtle's back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi. Well, Mr. Trejo, thank you for being here today. Appreciate it. Loved your voicing the character of Enrique from King of the Hill. Any chance your character will be in the next season, by any chance?
The next season of King of the Hill.
You know what's funny about King of the Hill is the guy that did that, he did that Native American first. I forget his name.
John Redcorn?
Yeah, and he had my tattoo. and I called what's his name? Forget the guy that did that. The guy that wrote King of the Hill.
Mike Judge?
Yeah, Mike Judge, right? And all right, Mike. Hey, Holmes. Everybody's saying that guy looks like me. And no, I got somebody else. And then the next week they put Octavio, and that was me. I said, okay, that's cool.
Thank you, Danny. Appreciate your time.
God bless you.
Huge fan. I just had a question about Halloween. I loved you in that movie. I don't know too many people know that you were in there or not, but I wanted to know how was it like working with the characters in Halloween, and if you're working on anything currently right now.
Halloween was awesome, and I got that movie was I did a movie with Rob, and then I was at an opening of another film, and Rob was there too, and somebody said, "Are you going to be in the new Halloween?" I said, "What do you mean new Halloween?" Yeah, Rob said. I walked over. Hey, am I going to be in the new Halloween? I better be, or I'll kill you. He turns to the guy that was interviewed. Danny Trejo will be in the new Halloween. He's a beautiful. Rob is like one of the nicest guys in the world. And let me tell you something. If you ever get a chance, check out his band and watch him perform. Amazing. He is amazing, man. And he's got so much energy and it's so much fun. Thank you. You know what? Not really. It's like I busted my knee, so I'm just taking it a little easy for the first time since 1985. And I love doing these because I get to talk to you guys.
God bless you.
All right, we have about 5 minutes left.
I'll try to be as quick as I can. You kind of answered this with another question, but we saw you on Doug Loves Movies, and Doug said that when he saw you and he was around you, and as most people feel, your presence is so much different than your persona, and how you deal with that. It seems especially like you're just like a sweetheart. So when that's what I got from you. But yeah, the different personas versus your real life.
Well, you know what? It's I'm one of the few actors that have something to draw from. You know, when I'm acting like a bad guy, I remember that guy. You know what I mean? And it's like a lot of times I get hired as a what do they call it, consultant? Yeah, as a consultant when they're doing robberies or when they're doing, you know, bank, whatever, right? Because it's like even holding a gun. It's, I don't know, in music videos, they started holding guns like this, sideways, right? And an automatic will jam. People don't understand that. You hold an automatic like this, it's gonna jam. So it's like working, especially with rappers or stars or music, it's like, don't hold it out like this. Well, yeah, but this, okay. And so the first time, back, and it's just, now do it like I said. And so it's like, so a lot of times I get hired for that. They'll give me a part in a movie and then I'll do that too, so get paid twice.
Thank you.
Two things. Oh, this is a little tall, sorry. Let's try. First, thank you so much for what you've done for not only our community as Latinas, but for all communities. 8 years ago, we met at LA Comic Con, and I kind of remember driving by one of your kind of like giveaways for like the food for the unhoused, and it was just a beautiful thing to see someone who truly cares. So thank you on that. Now my question is regarding your book. Fun fact, it came out on my birthday, so cool beans. Anyhow, what was something in your book that you felt was kind of challenging to share?
My life.
Oh yeah.
It was, there's a lot of stuff that I wish I could apologize for and make it up to some of the people that I hurt, but I can't. But that's probably what I would have to do if I could. But there's times that you can't.
Thank you.
Love your outfit.
Famously, Selma Hayek has told the story about the first time you two met. Can you tell us your version?
People had been telling her that he's got a tattoo look just like you. And so I walk into a place, I look at her and she goes, I went like this, and she goes, I just like you, and it does. I didn't know it, so she made me open my shirt. We're at a restaurant, where we were at, and she goes, look, it looks just like me. And then she goes, but the boobs are bigger. You know what, let me tell you something, that is one of the nicest people you've ever met, I swear to God. And to be that beautiful, she's like, and it's funny, it's like, we were working and she asked me what I was doing for Thanksgiving. And I says, I don't know, my wife takes the kids up to visit her mom up north and get chicken pot pies. So she invited me for Thanksgiving dinner, and I had Thanksgiving dinner with her family. And that's just the kind of person she is. She thought I was going to be alone, and it was like, she's just such a real nice person.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, this is our last question, and then we're going to take a big group picture with everybody. So, all right, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
What was it like to work on the set of Heat? And do you have any memories of working with Kilmer and the great actors there?
Val was one of my best friends, and I just remember he had a jacket, gorgeous leather jacket. I mean, it was like paper thin leather, unbelievable. And I remember touching it going, God, I can't wait till I'm a movie star. 3 days later, I walk into my trailer and I see this clothing bag. It's Agnes B. I don't know who Agnes B. was, with that same jacket. And I couldn't believe it. When he get Val Kilmer, I got him a keychain that said, I'll be your Huckleberry. But he was just a really sweet man, really. He was awesome, and his kid's cool too, and so me and him had a great time together. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. We did it. That's it. You want to do one more? Okay, we'll do one more because Danny says so. Our final question. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Xavier Medina. I'm a huge fan of yours, in many movies actually. But I also love your seeing your tacos in display. While I never had one, I've been meaning to make one from your recipe book. Though question is, was it ever hard to share your recipes?
Was it hard to share your recipes?
My resume?
Your recipes.
Recipes.
No, you know, those are my mom's. My mom, she was the one who did all those. She was an unbelievable cook, you know, and we used to have like paycheck dinners, and then in the middle of the month dinners, and then we mix it. You know, and you never knew what that was. It was good, you know. But she could make a dinner out of nothing, you know. So she was just a great cook. So a lot of those are her recipes. Thank you. One more.
They're telling us we have some more for now.
Go ahead, one more.
One more? Okay. Who am I to fight it? Hey.
Mr. Trejo. You've been one of my favorite actors over 30 years, dating all the way back to, you know, you had Con Air, Desperado, Heat. But I feel like one thing that you're not known for that much is your episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where you were Rosa Diaz's father, and she came out to her parents as bisexual. Did you pull any like inspiration from your life to be that voice of reason for her, like that supportive character?
When you were the supportive father, did you pull anything from your life?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's like there's all kinds of disappointments when you're a father, especially of a daughter. You know, my daughter's awesome. Danielle, my son Gilbert, my son Danny Boy, they're like just awesome, you know, and but there's always, you know, like I say, there's always a sadness or disappointment, but in the long run, you know, they end up pretty beautiful people.
Thank you.
Everything. Are you good?
Better hurry home.
Oh boy. All right. Go for it until they literally pull us off the stage.
I worked with Red and Link.
Rhett and Link, you said?
Yeah, Red and Link.
God, I don't know. You know what? I've done so many of those. I don't know which is which. You know, it's so you know. But thank you, man.
All right, let's do. Oh, are we good? Okay, they're gonna.
Hurry!
Hold on. Just come on the stage and answer our question.
Te quiero un chingo. Eres el mejor persona que he conocido y eres un orgullo muy grande.
Gracias, Vita. Muchísimas gracias.
Okay. We're gonna take a big group picture. Let's give one more round of applause before we do the Danny Trejo, everybody.